everybody. It is Liz with Liz Art Finds, and today we are here with haul number 33. My glasses are fixed. Thankfully, it came in early, so we're back to business, and I'm excited about that. So it was a crazy week in a good way. Lots of cool stuff, and I'm going to do something a little different this week. I'm going to do a little bit of like a meet your maker, not like actually meeting the person, but I've got some pictures of some of the artists to get to know them a little bit better, and I think that'll be kind of fun. Just a few, because some of the things I haven't identified yet, but maybe something a little different, or maybe I did it before, but this time I'm doing more. Anyway, let me start with what sold this week, and then I've got a fun update for you on an artist and a piece. Let me just do what sold real quick. I sold 3 things this week. I've been kind of slacking on the listing, as you know. So I sold 2 things on eBay. I sold this Emerson Creek Pottery mug with irises on it. I had bought it for 99 cents and it sold for $15. I sold this beautiful Talavera butter dish, covered butter dish. I had got that for $4.99 and it sold for $19.99. So that was cool. And then on knickknacks, I sold this heart-shaped mid-century German, I think it's, I can't remember the name. It ends in Tonishoff, Karsten's Tonishoff. I paid $4.99 for this beauty and it sold for $20. That was the best offer. I had it listed for $24 and I took the offer for $20. So that is the solds for this week. I didn't do any shows. I don't have any shows scheduled for this week. Taking it, well, I'm just trying to get caught up a little bit on the back end stuff. And then we're gonna go hopefully a little crazy and do a bunch of shows together, but we'll see. Anyway, exciting news. So I found a while back, and I showed you guys this amazing bicycle sculpture. And I told you, I'm gonna show you in a minute, but I told you that I had reached out to the artist and he was shipping me the glass balloons. Well, they arrived and they are in the sculpture and it's amazing. So I'm gonna be really careful because they're hand-blown glass balloons. All right, hang on, let me get this over here. Oh, it's heavy. Okay, so this is the bike with the balloons. There's actually 5 balloons, but yeah, there you go. So it is a bike and it's got like vegetables and stuff in the baskets, and then a little water basket in the back and more veggies in the front basket. There's not supposed to be a rider on this one, and it has the balloons. I'm really excited. It's signed. The artist is Jim Luke. And if you remember, I found the sculpture for like $6.40, which was mind-blowing. And the balloons, I think I paid $6 a balloon, so $30 for the balloons plus shipping. So Jim Luke, he's an artist in Florida. And this is Jim. I got this picture from the internet, but you can see his other sculptures. This was at a craft show that he did in South Florida. I think he's in Miami. And, you know, most of his later work, or at least at this period of time, the work, a lot of the bikes actually had people riding them. This particular piece does not, and he confirmed to me that it does, you know, it did not. We actually had a little snafu with the post office where he sent me some balloons and they got lost in the mail, like lost for like a week. And so he sent me another set, which is what these are. He sent them by UPS. And of course, the day after the UPS ones came, the USPS ones magically showed up on my doorstep. So I sent those back to him with, you know, I emailed him and explained I was doing that. And I guess he didn't see the email because he called me yesterday. And he was like, hey, this is Jim in Florida. He sent me back balloons. I'm like, yeah, I got both sets. Anyway, we had a wonderful little chat. He's an amazing dude. If you have a chance to look him up, it's Jim Luke, L-E-W-K. He's in South Florida. He does beautiful sculptures. He does, I think he did commission work, but it was like a $12,000 commission or something like that. So these pieces are in the hundreds. Yeah, really cool. So just a fun little exciting thing. So I'm going to hold on to this for a while because there's so much sentimental stuff happening with it. And at some point in the future, I will likely let it go, but not for a while. Okay, so let's get into this week's stuff, what we found, this week's haul. First thing, and I don't have a lot to teach you about this painter or to tell you about this painter. I know who it is, and it's sort of kind of why I picked it up. His name was Francis Paraison, and he was very prolific. He was from Haiti, and he did a lot of painting, some of which is actually in museums. It's kind of cool. Unfortunately, he passed at a very young age. He died at age 45 of some sort of cancer. It didn't specify which type. So then it says his painting Three Tigers in the Moonlight, which is not this one, is part of the Huntington Museum of Art's Haitian art collection. So that's really cool. So anyway, I saw this at a thrift store hanging on the wall, and of course it stood out as being something and being different than all the other things. It is hand painted, it is signed. I looked up the artist and it was like, oh, for $2, we're taking that home. This is 8 by 10. Some of his bigger art sells for hundreds. The 8 by 10s are pretty specifically, like I think I saw 3 of them on WorthPoint, and they all sold right around $99 or $100. Most of them $99.99. So I think that's a reasonable amount to estimate on this piece that I paid $2 for. So I was really excited about that. Could not find any photos of Francis to be able to share with you guys. Then I went to another store. This one is like a church thrift that I haven't been to in at least 6 months, 8 months, a really, really, really long time. And they happen to be having a 50% off sale, which I wasn't aware of. It was just this urge to go there, which was cool. And I only picked up a couple things. I got a set, sorry, it's loud, a set of 4 ceramic napkin holders. And these are so cool. They're in excellent shape. They're sadly not signed, so I don't know who made them. But they're really cool. So they were on sale for 50% off, so I got the whole set for $4, which I thought was a great deal. I think these will probably sell 12 to 18 for the set. I don't know. There's no comps out there on these specific ones, but a lot of ceramic napkin holders are going around 12 to 18, some more, some a little less if they're listed as auction on eBay. Hang on, I want to put this down and not break anything. Okay, perfect. All right, then I found this ceramic rooster, and I liked it because it was different. Now, this is not studio pottery. This was mass-produced. It was kind of cool. It says CBK Ltd, and it's meant to be a kitchen rooster. Apparently, kitchen roosters, they're supposed to bring good luck, but nobody seems to know where that started or why they're supposed to bring good luck, but this is a beautiful kitchen rooster. CBK was like a importer company, let's see, one of the country's leading wholesalers of quality home decor, based in Union City, Tennessee. So they have basically home stuff that they then sell to retailers. But anyway, he was just cute and he was on sale. So I got him for $5, and they sell on eBay. The solds are like 15 to 18, and they're different patterns. There was one that recently sold on Etsy for $24.99, and it was this one. So anywhere, 12, 15, could be higher depending on the day. But he's in perfect condition and he's super cute, and I had to bring him home. So that was that day. Then on Tuesday of last week, I went out during senior night because I qualify. I went out to Savers because they have a senior thing where they offer 30% off, and their prices have started going really high. So some things are reasonable, some things not so much. But anyway, I try to go on the day where I can get a discount. All right, I got 4 things. I'm going to try to stretch. Sorry guys, I put everything over on a little table on the side here. And I got this one. Let me just grab all four. And I got this one and this one. Okay, so the first thing I found there, and I'm not 100% sure it was a great pickup, but it's a gorgeous piece. This is a Murano, and I think it's Mandrizzato blue faceted vase, and it's got the Sommerso technique. And what's fun, you can see that second, so there's the dark blue, and you can see that there's a lighter blue, kind of like a halo. So like it's another layer of Sommerso. And in some of them that I've seen online, that's gold. Kind of like the piece I showed you guys either last week or the week before. In this case, it is a lighter blue. It's a beautiful faceted piece. These would have come with labels, and this one does not have a label. The problem with this one specifically is it's got a couple chips. It also had glue, like someone had used it as the base for something, and they had glued something here, and then there was glue all inside. So I've managed to clean out most of it, but you can see it still needs a polishing at the top, and there's also a chip that was there when I got it. And of course I didn't see it because you know me, it's like the bright shiny things. Oh my gosh, it's Murano. At least I think it is. It may not be. It may be something that was made to simulate the Murano pieces, but there are quite a few of these online, very similar, that are listed as Murano. So I'm gonna post this to the Murano group. I'm also looking into how I can get this polished. There's some sort of a felt polisher thing that you can buy that's got some sort of a compound, or you can buy the compound to polish it. So I need to do some research, see if I can get this thing back to perfect. Otherwise, you know, it obviously would have less value. If it were perfect and it did not have a chip, that I can't fix. But if it did not have a chip and it were perfect, they probably sell, I don't know, 55, 45, 55, something like that. This one does have like a little imperfection in the, like you can see a little white spot. It's like a little bubble in there. So I don't know. I'm thinking if I can get it cleaned up, you know, maybe in that range, 45-ish. If I can't, because it's got the chips and everything, more like 25, 30, 35. I did spend $8 on this, $8.04. I do believe I can get $8 or 16 or probably 24 or more. And it's a gorgeous, gorgeous piece of glass. It's very heavy. Yeah, so anyway, I picked it up. Hopefully that turns out to be a good pickup. I'm learning a lot, and maybe I'll learn how to polish glass. Who knows? I also picked up another piece of glass. And this is an interesting piece. It is Home Guard was the company, and it's actually signed Home Guard. And it's signed also PL. I think it says 19. Maybe it doesn't. PL could say 1960 with a P in the middle of it. I don't know. But the artist on this I do know. And it's a gentleman named Per Luken. And he was a designer. And this is a bowl / ashtray, even though there's not like an indentation for a cigarette. So it's signed and numbered, like I said. It was made in the 60s. One sold in June for $18, so likely 12 to 18 on this one because it's got a couple scratches on the bottom. I paid $3.49 on it, and I wrote down some stuff on Per Luken, and I got a picture of him. So this is Per. This is from a while ago. And he was a Danish glassmaker, most famous for his works at Home Guard Glass Factory. He designed more than 3,000 pieces of glass for Home Guard, a company that he worked from 1942 until his death in 1998. And it says he was a Danish designer who played a significant role in the development of modern Scandinavian glass design, which is really cool. He was born in Denmark. He trained as a glass blower, and then he joined Home Guard in 1942. And he was known for his innovative use of shapes and colors in glass design, and his work helped establish HomeGuard as a leading glass manufacturer of its time. His designs were characterized by their simplicity and elegance, often featuring organic shapes and muted colors. So it says his contributions to Danish glass design helped establish a distinctive Scandinavian aesthetic that was characterized by its simplicity, functionality, and beauty. His work continues to be celebrated by collectors and design enthusiasts, and his legacy has inspired generations of contemporary glass artists. So again, this is Pear. And this is one of his bowls. And again, it was just sitting there at Savers, and I'm always just amazed, you know, the things people leave behind. It's really pretty, and it does have the signature back here. Let's see if you can see it. It says HomeGuard across the top, and then I believe there's a PL in between that 1960. And then there are some little used scratches on the bottom. But it's really cool. So I was excited about that one, especially for the fact that I got it for $3 and change, $3.49. You know, it's not going to bring a fortune. It did teach me more stuff, and you know, I'll probably make $10 on top of what I spent on it. The next thing I found, there was another art piece. Where is it? Oh, I moved it here. This may be missing a lid. This is a box, and the artist is Tamara Baskin Art Glass. Okay, it says fused glass, handcrafted in the USA by Tamara Baskin Art Glass. Now, Tamara Baskin is no longer with us, and the company has been carried on by her son. I believe this is one of her pieces. There are some older pieces similar to this. They had different designs on them. She did a lot of Jewish design, Judaica, as they call it. And this would have been like a charity box. So it might have had a lid, and people would put money in there for charity, and then they would donate, you know, they would take the money out and donate it every week. Or if there's like a special collection, I know sometimes they do special collections for charity. Anyway, this would make a great pen holder. I mean, it'd be a great desktop accessory. It's beautiful. It's got this beautiful piece of glass, fused glass on it in the shape of the hamsa, which is a protective amulet kind of thing, I guess. So let me see. I paid $5.59 for this box, and that was with my discount. The things I'm seeing, 19 to 34 with the lid. I think without the lid, probably 15 to 19 is a reasonable estimate. It could go higher. I may take this one at auction on Knickknacks at some point. We shall see on that. But I wanted to just show you a little more on Tamara Baskin. I've got a little information on her. And this is Tamara Baskin. And that is with some of her glass. And she was born and raised in Israel. She moved to the United States, where she began her career in art. She had 20 years experience working in several mediums, but was drawn to the art of fused glass production. Her emphasis was in creating elegant but functional pieces designed to celebrate Jewish life cycles, and she became a true leader in the glass industry in both Judaica and non-Judaica guilds, groups of people doing similar things, throughout the world. And she said, each piece I design is an extension of myself. And then it says she passed away too young. Her legacy is carried on by her family's commitment to build and expand classic designs and techniques that she made so popular in her work. They continue to hand make items from scratch and take great pride in their studio, in their pieces, yada, yada. And then he says, no matter what they do, no two pieces ever come out alike. And so your piece is truly one of a kind. So I thought that was kind of fun. So that's Tamara Baskin. And then the last piece I found there was another piece of Judaica. And this is another brass menorah. I don't know much about this one yet. It has a name on the bottom, and it's hard for me to read. but pieces that I'm seeing that are similar don't have a ton of value. I mean, this is brass. Most of the brass ones are 19 to, what did I write down here? 29 to 59. There are some small ones like this, similar, that are as low as 12, but I think, again, they're probably eBay things. So like auctions where they'll just, you know, somebody will bid and then the auction will end and it'll be a really low amount. I paid $5.59 for it. I think if I list it around 18, I'll probably get 15. I think that's a reasonable amount. It might be more. I might list it at 24 and see if I can get 18. But anyway, the thing that I have found in general at a lot of the thrift stores, and it may come up again later, is they don't necessarily recognize the Judaica stuff. They're not familiar with it. So compared to other things, the prices seem to be a little low, which is great, because I can generally pick up pieces of, you know, Jewish art for a good price. So that seems to be something that I'm seeing. All right, let's move on. I went the next day to a different place, and I found a bunch of pottery, and this is weird. All right, so we talked a lot about Walt Glass in some earlier videos because I had a couple pieces that he had done, and those pieces were all in his signature style of like this stripy, actually kind of like this, but this is not Walt Glass, and his were similar to that, but like a specific colorway. This piece is signed Walt Glass. I don't get it because it's completely different. All right, it's really heavy and it's really big. So there's this gorgeous platter. I mean, this is amazing. And it's signed Walt Glass 89 or 84. I might say 84. Yeah, Walt Glass 84. Gosh, that's heavy. Okay. So this may be an early piece, or maybe even like, I don't know, I have to look back at his history and figure out when he started his studio. I think it was in the 70s. So this may be before they came up with the design that he became very well known for. But the fact that this is Walt Glass and it's a big giant platter, I thought it was awesome and it might be worth something. The Walt Glass pieces that I've had, other than a pitcher, I've had a pitcher for a while that nobody seems to want, but the bowls and platters that I've had, they sell pretty quickly. So anyway, I paid a lot. I paid $9.99 for that, $9.99. In their typical glaze pattern, things that size are selling around $75. I don't know with that glaze pattern. I just don't know what the demand is going to be for that. I may list it around there and see what happens, but I thought that was worth picking up for sure. I did pick up a couple other pottery pieces that I don't know the artist of yet. I love this piece. This is clearly by someone that knows, you know, what they're doing. It's just beautifully thrown, and it is signed. I have no idea what that signature is, so I got some figuring out to do. I gotta post that to the pottery group and see if we can get that figured out, so I can't show you anything on that. I do, however, want to go back a step. Walt Glass. Even though we've talked about him before, I did print up the stuff on him again. Let me just find that. So this was Walt Glass. He was in Texas, McQueenie, Texas. He passed away in 2016, and I think I've gone through this before in an earlier video. He died at age 72 from multiple myeloma. He grew up in San Antonio, and he and his wife Cynthia opened their Village Gallery shop in San Antonio's historic La Villita, I think, and a production studio in McQueenie, Texas. And they did a lot of craft shows and things like that. He was a potter for over 40 years. It doesn't say the specific years that he was doing his work, but I do think that is a Walt Glass piece, and that's really exciting. So, and then that other one, the white one, I don't know who the artist is on that, and I will figure that out eventually, or I won't. And same with this. This one is signed. This one may be easier for me to get a identification on in the Studio Pottery group because the signature is easy to see. In that white bowl, it's very, very hard to see. So the white bowl, I don't know if I said, probably goes about 18 to 24. The small little, that second bowl that I showed you probably goes 12 to 18. I found a bunch of marbles, which were in a glass dish, not this glass dish. I separated them all by color and put them in little baggies. So I've got them all kind of separated out so I could figure out what I have. And I'll sell them as a lot, but I just want to understand what I have. And then I had the two bigger ones. They're not, I don't think they're art glass because the quality is just not great. Like there's rippling in the glass itself. But there's this marble, it's not signed. And then there's one that's medium size. This one's actually better quality. But yeah, so anyway, I got all of that and a cool glass dish that is now in my dishwasher with a cover that kind of closes on all four sides. And I paid $2.99 for the whole lot. The marbles as a lot with some of the other marbles that I got before will probably sell 20 to 25. Maybe that may be a little high. It might be 15 to 18. It depends. I've got to kind of figure out exactly what I have there. But I was really happy because the little dish that it came in, I would have paid $3 for that. So I'm happy. The marbles are just extra. And then I also picked up, oh, you'll love this one. This is Ken Edwards. Oh my gosh, y'all. K-E, Mexico, bird, spoon rest. So they did two shapes of these. They did this one, and then there's a triple one that's basically this shape, but three of them stuck together. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. So anyway, I paid $1.99 for the Ken Edwards spoon rest, and these sell 24 to 29 all day long. Good sell through. Yeah, the triple ones sell for like 34-ish. But yeah, so this was exciting for $1.99. And then I found a pair of candlesticks. So we talked about Judaica a little bit ago. This is a beautiful pair of brass candlesticks. It's got some age to it, I think, unless that's paint. I gotta do some research on that as well. It does have some characters in Hebrew, and the middle part here is people at the wall in Jerusalem, and the words underneath basically say Western Wall. And then the down here basically says Sabbath. So these are Sabbath candles. They sell 24 to 40 for the pair. I paid $5.98, so basically $6 for the pair. So I was excited to find those. I'm just going to put them here. Then I went out on the 28th, whatever day that was, Friday, and I found some Culver glasses. This is a fun one. I love Culver. They're just fun. They have the shiny little applied things, and these are, see it says Culver. These are dachshunds or dachshunds with holiday attire here. So cute. So anyway, I got a pair of those. I paid 99 cents each on these. They typically sell 6 to 8 per glass on these. So it would be 12 to 16, 12 to 18, 12 to 16 for the pair, 12 to 16. One of these is in really good condition. This one has a little bit of, like the satin is kind of wearing off a little bit, the frosting part. So I got those, and then I also got a single one with some snowmen on it, which is also really cute. So I've got a Christmas in July show coming up at the end of July, and these may find their way to that show over on Knickknacks. I also picked up a little chintz plate. It actually says English Chintz Fine Porcelain, and this is made in Poland and decorated in England. And it's got places. It's got holes here for hanging if you want to hang it the tall way or the long way. It's just a cute little plate. So I thought that was just adorable. I paid, where is that? $2.99 for this. The solds on these are 12 to 24. There's a lot of different shapes with the similar pattern, and the sold prices kind of range all over the place. Gosh, am I forgetting? Oh, yes, of course, I forgot something. Ken Edwards. We talked about this, right? And I did print out a little bit on Ken Edwards, and we did talk about him when I found the big tray in a previous video. And I'm not sure where the rest of my words are here, but this is a picture of Ken Edwards in his later years. So yeah, he died July 31st, 2022 at age 96. And he is someone that moved to Mexico. Hopefully I can find the words because it was some good stuff. He, here it is. Yeah, he was born in the U.S. and educated in Kansas City, Missouri, and then studied art in Japan, which is really cool. So there's a lot of Asian influence in the fine detail in his work. And then it says in the 60s, he migrated to the craft village of Tonala, Mexico, and where he founded a company known as Ken Edwards Stoneware. He installed the first high-temperature kiln in Mexico, which is cool, and produced ceramics that incorporated traditional Tonala design. And he lived to be 96, so that's really, really cool. So again, Ken Edwards, and his stuff is very well sought after, very much sought after. All right, so sorry, I'm getting a little off track here. Culver Chintz Studio Pottery Mug. I found this really cool Studio Pottery mug. It's just really pretty. The glaze looks familiar to me, but I can't make out the signature. It does say 406 out of 2000, or it has a date on it, which it might. It might even say 2006. 406, 2006, perhaps. It's hard to tell. So I'll have to go in there with some cinnamon or flour and see if I can make that out and get that over in the pottery group to get figured out. But anyway, I paid $1.99, and again 15 to 18 on these, unless it's from somebody really famous, in which case it can go higher. All right, and we're over time, so let's we got a lot to go through here. I am going to go through a few more things. I found two more interesting things at this particular place. I found this box. Now, I've polished it. It was a disaster. It was gross. There were stickers at some point. They are gone, long gone. They were gone when I got it. So I don't know what it said. I don't know. It probably said something about silver plate. This was definitely, I polished it with silver polish and it came out beautiful. It really was a mess. These are two monkeys. This is some sort of a hammered, like you can see the back of the top, like a hammered design, or they made the mold like in ceramic or wood, and then they pressed the metal into it to get the beautiful design. It's hand worked. It's just really pretty. So it's a trinket box of some sort. I paid $4.99 for it. I don't know. At auction, I will probably start this around 12 at auction and see if it goes up from there. But yeah, that was just kind of fun. And then the last piece I found in that place was this really cool picture. So this is a cow picture. It's got two different cow pictures on the cow picture. And these are attributed in two different places online to two different companies. And I've got to figure out what is correct, or two different countries rather. One says Germany, and there's another one, very, very similar design, very similar style. There's another one that says Swiss designed. So I don't know yet if this is from Switzerland or Germany. I'm leaning Germany, but I'm not sure. So I got to get some more information on that. But it's just a gorgeous piece, especially if you've got decor where this would this would fit in. Anywho, I paid $2.99, right? That's amazing. So the last one that sold for $42. There's one listed currently for less, so I need to do a little bit of research. But there's no chips, no cracks. It's in excellent condition, and it was a fun little find. Okay, then I found one more place I went yesterday, and I had some hits and misses. I went to a place that is notoriously expensive, and I did find a couple things that were a little bit less. This one I should have left in the store. I love that it was a live edge wooden bowl, and you can see the little pin mark where it's turned on the lathe. But this is a company called Roro. It's imported from Thailand, and it's pankisum.com. They are kind of like an importer. They sell through Amazon. They do have a catalog. It's a really nice catalog. And during COVID, they moved into ceramics. So like out of a lot of the things they did, and they basically started a ceramics company during COVID called Roro. So all of their catalogs before COVID were called Pankisum, and then everything after it is called Roro. So I'm not sure why this is stamped Roro. That tells me that it's new, that it's not old. But it's also not ceramic. This is definitely turned wood. So I'm not sure about the name, but they don't sell for much. I can't find this exact thing, but the ceramic pieces on eBay are like 6 to 12-ish. Because this is technically mass produced, it's not going to be as valuable as if someone had hand turned this. I mean, this was hand turned, but and signed it like a studio artist. So because it has that stamp, at least to me, I don't think it's going to have as much value, but I don't know. This is a new thing for me, and I just don't know. So I paid $2.99 for it. I can definitely get 6 to 12 for it. Probably not a lot more than that. Then I found two really exciting things, because Knickknacks is going to be doing a Fenton extravaganza at the end of August. And so I only have a couple pieces of Fenton in my current stash, so I found a couple more. I paid up for them, and I think in one case it will be worth it, and in the other case I'm not sure. So I'm going to start with the not sure. So I found this Fenton Rose bowl. Did I bring my, yes. And it's hand painted. It's got these beautiful designs on them. And what's cool is underneath it's hand painted by the artist. It says who it is, Laura Long. And it's in excellent condition. And this baby glows. It is uranium custard glass. Let's see, can we see it? It's got a light glow. You may not be able to see. It's got a faint, in the light box you can see it. It doesn't glow as much as some of the ones that I see online, but it definitely has a light green glow to it. Just not as vibrant as some of the other pieces I've seen. But I paid $9.99 for it. So the listeds and the solds are all over the place. So the solds are 15 to 24, some as high as 39. Most of them are in the low 20s. So, I mean, I could probably go from $9.99 to $20. I don't know, as part of the Fenton extravaganza, you know, if there's collectors out there looking for this specific piece. I don't know if it could go higher, but I wasn't familiar with it. I paid that because it didn't have a price on it. And I took it to be priced at the checkout. And she's like, oh, that's $9.99. And I'm like, okay. I was expecting it to be a little bit less. But anyway, I paid that, and it's all good. I will easily get that back out. The other piece I was really excited about, this is a Fenton Bridesmaid. And it's a slag glass. Like, it's got, you can see it's got pinks and it's got purples in it. And I think that's what makes it really interesting. There were a lot of different colorways with this particular form, and I'm still learning about it. I don't know much. I've just seen a lot of different variations in the solds. Some of them are painted. Some of them, like the slag glass, is a really unique color with really bright striping. Those tend to go higher. So I don't know. It's in really good condition. There's no chips or anything on it. She's really pretty. So I paid $9.99 for her. So I want to say 50, maybe. I don't know though. So there's some that's old in the 20s. There's some that's old in the 200s. So I don't know. So hopefully I will get into the sale, the train when they open it for people to sign up. And hopefully between now and the end of August, I will find some more Fenton, and we shall see. But I was pretty excited to find her. I really don't know much about Fenton at all. I'm more into the art glass rather than the production glass. So I just don't know much about it. So I will learn. Anyway, I found, oh, I'll grab this one next. I found another Cats by Nina. I love these so much. So I paid $4.99 for this, and I meant to get more information on Nina. I know we've talked about her before. So this is Cats by Nina. It actually says somewhere on this, here we go, Cats by Nina. And this is a vase. It's like a head vase, but it's a cat vase. And she did a bunch of different forms, a lot of different cats. The ones that I've had before where they've just been regular cats sell very, very quickly. The one that I have that's a cat dressed up as a lawyer has a very limited audience and is still waiting to be sold. But like I said, my other one sold really fast. So this guy I paid $4.99 for. This exact one sold for $25. The range is like 18 to 32 for the different cats and different platforms and all of that. But I think 25 is a reasonable amount to expect for this, and I only paid $4.99 for it. So I was excited about that. And just a couple more to go here, guys. I got another spoon rest. Where did I put it? All right, let me grab over here, sorry. Another spoon rest. This is just a ceramic spoon rest. It is signed, but again, really hard to decipher. Maybe that's an A. I don't know. So I'll run that by the Studio Pottery group and see if we can figure out who this is. So I paid $1.99 for that. They sell 10 to 25. I got this really interesting pottery cup where someone was playing with glazes. It's kind of like a toothbrush cup or a paintbrush cup or like just a small water glass. It is also signed, and interestingly, it's signed Campbell and says Campbell W. And then it says 2014. And then it says Canada. So at least that's what I think it says. So I don't think, and plus the Campbell is way too easy to read, so I don't think it is Bill Campbell, because if you're familiar with his writing, it's very difficult to read, and this is very clear. So I think there is someone else named Campbell that's in Canada doing pottery, and this is theirs, but it's still really cute. So I paid, let's see, $3.99 for this. And I don't know, 15, 18. I think it depends again on the day and the buyer and all the things. It might be a little less, but I was happy for that pickup. I just love picking up the art. I wish I could tell you more about some of these artists. I don't know yet, but if I find out more, I will definitely let you know. And then two more things. I found another tie-dye. So this one's another Sundog. I told you, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, Sundog's a local company that does blanks. And they seem to liquidate a bunch of their blanks recently. This particular style, they had a bunch of different sizes and a few different pieces. They were only $2.99. I picked up a double XL. I did that because double XLs, they sell better, usually at a dollar or two more than your typical shirt. So Yeah, and especially if you find like a 3XL, 4XL, 5XL, those sell really, really well if it's a good quality thing. Because a lot of times there's not as much variety in those sizes and people are really looking for something unique. So anyway, I picked this up for $2.99. I don't know, $12 maybe on that, maybe 18. Just depends again. I wrote down 12 to 18. And then I found another piece of Judaica. And this is a Seder plate. So this is for the holiday of Passover. And it's a traditional plate that they put in the center of the table. And I think I had a glass Seder plate at one point. I may still have that listed on eBay. This is old. You can tell by the stamps that were used to type out or to stamp out the letters here. They remind me of some letters that I used when I did leather art back college, grad school, something like that, like a long time ago in the 80s or 90s or something like that. This might be even older than that. I'm not 100% sure, but I got it for $2.99. I love that it's got a little hanger thing on the back. It is light. It's like similar to that monkey box where it looks like it was made in a mold and kind of pressed. It's almost like tin. It's a very, very thin metal. So I can't say that it's brass. I don't know enough about metals. It's brass color. It's almost like an aluminum that's, yeah, I don't know. I'm just throwing out metal names. I don't know. But anyway, I found this for $2.99, and I think it's probably worth 24-ish, 18 to 24. I wrote down 12 to 60 because literally, if you look at the solds, they're all over the place. And they're all different styles, all different thicknesses. So it's really, really hard to tell. So anyway, my total spend on all of the things, I think I showed you all of the things. My total spend was $117.49. A very conservative estimate on the value is around $598. I think it probably would be more. But again, I don't want to I don't want to be saying it's really worth so much when it may not be. So very conservatively, numbers that I think I can get for these things, I came up with 598. So that's like 5.1 times on the money, which is good. I'm pretty happy. So anyway, that's going to be all for this week. Sorry I went long. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And have a wonderful 4th, because I don't think I'm going to have another video up. I was thinking about doing an extra, like a supplemental video, but I think that'll wait. So I will do another video next weekend. I'm thinking about taking a little road trip and hitting up some places a little farther away, maybe a couple hours away, over the holidays. So I'm excited to see what I might find and have to show you for next week. Have a great week. Have a fantastic holiday. If you're traveling, be safe out there, and we'll see you soon. Bye.